ask you the question, did you have an affair with Miss Hunter?
Well, can I say first thank you, Bob, for coming and honoring the request and giving me a chance to talk. In 2006, 2 years ago, I made a very serious mistake, a mistake that I am responsible for and no one else. In 2006, told Elizabeth about the mistake, asked her for her forgiveness, asked God for his forgiveness, and we have kept this within our family since that time. All of my family knows about this. And just to be absolutely clear, none of them are responsible for it.
Is this affair completely over?
Oh, yes, it's been over for a long time.
How long did it last, and when exactly did it end?
Well, here's how I feel about this, Bob. I think that my family is entitled to every detail. They've been told every detail. Elizabeth knows absolutely everything. I think that's where it stops in terms of the public, because I think everything else is within my family, and those privacy boundaries ought to be respected.
I know this is a very difficult question, but were you in love with her?
I'm in love with one woman. I've been in love with one woman for 31 years, and she is the finest human being I have ever known. And the fact that she is with me after this having happened is a testament to the kind of woman and kind of human being she is. There is a deep and abiding love that exists between Elizabeth and myself. It's always been there. In my judgment, has never gone away.
She's had enormous sympathy because she's also going through cancer.
Yes.
How could you have done this?
Can I explain to you what happened? First of all, it happened during a period after she was in remission from cancer. There's no excuse in any possible way for what happened. This is what happened. I grew up as a small-town boy in North Carolina. You know, came from nothing, worked very hard, dreamed that I'd be able to do something hopeful and helpful to other people with my life. I became a lawyer. Through a lot of work and success, I got some acclaim as a lawyer. People were telling me, oh, he's such a great person, such a great lawyer, such a talent. You're going to go, no telling what you'll do. And this was when I was 31 years old. Then I went from being a young senator to being considered for vice president, running for president, being a vice presidential candidate, and becoming a national public figure. All of which fed a self-focus, an egotism, a narcissism that leads you to believe that you can do whatever you want. You're invincible, and there will be no consequences. So nothing could be further from the truth.
So your assumption is that you would just never be caught?
First of all, it was short. It was a huge mistaken judgment. But yeah, I didn't think anyone would ever know about it. I didn't. And the important thing is, could I ever get to that place and allow myself to let that happen? And I believe the reason it happened is because I had gone through this long process where I became, at least on the outside, something different than that young boy who grew up in a small town in North Carolina. And because that young boy would never have done this, never thought about doing it, to his family or to his wife.
And speaking of Elizabeth, if you thought that you would not get caught, how did she find out about this affair?
I told her.
This was before there was the public reporting about this?
Oh, it was way before. This was in 2006. She was mad. She was angry. I think furious would be a good way to describe it. And it was painful for her, hard and painful for her. But she responded exactly like the kind of woman she is. I mean, she forgave me, and we went to work on it. I'm not saying she thought it was okay. I'm not saying that. But she did forgive me. Listen, she understands what I understand, which is that I am imperfect. And anybody watching this broadcast or who hears about this, who wants to beat me up for this, they should have at it. The truth is, you can't possibly beat me up more than I've already beaten myself up.
If you see this, though, in the reports, and you see this now breaks out,
yes,
why did you continue to deny it and not tell the truth?
Because I did not want the public to know what I had done. Very simple.
You were running for President of the United States,
Yes.
but at that time you were living in a lie. You could have been the Democratic nominee. What were you thinking?
Well, what I was thinking was this was something that was personal to my own family. My family knew everything about it, everything. And on top of that, if you look back, Bob, I mean, I've seen people like, for example, John McCain talk about the mistakes that he's made in his past with respect to his first marriage, and left it, I think, basically at that. I mean, I'm not the first person to do this, but I don't want to talk about that. That's about somebody else. This is about me. Let me say this, and I want to say it absolutely clearly. I was wrong, and I am responsible.
And your wife, Elizabeth, has also been damaged in this. Why is she not here with us to speak? Why do we just have you alone?
Well, let me say first, she's here. She's right here. I can promise you that, as she is all the time. I have seen these public figures who bring their wives along when they are saying they did something wrong or confessing some wrong, and they bring their wife to stand beside them, I guess, to show support. And Elizabeth didn't do anything wrong. I not only didn't ask her to be here, I asked her not to be here. I have to be the man and take responsibility. And I don't need a shield. I know how widely admired Elizabeth is. I'm fully aware of that. But she should not be involved in protecting me from whatever the consequences of this are. This, I needed to do alone without Elizabeth.